Hello, everyone. Today we're diving into a strange, quiet realization that might hit you at the weirdest time. Like when you're standing in line at Starbucks, wondering why they spelled your name wrong for the fourth time this week. Or when you're sitting alone at your favorite cozy corner of the cafe, half-heartedly stirring that $6 latte and scrolling through your messages. Waiting for him to text back. Again. And let's be honest, you're getting tired of refreshing that screen, aren't you? It's like holding your breath underwater, except nobody ever told you when you could come up for air. And if this keeps going on, well, you probably won't make it through without developing a minor caffeine addiction or, God forbid, texting him first. But hey, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Also, tell me where you're watching from and what time it is over there in the comments. I love knowing where my little late-night thinkers are hiding. Now, calm down, turn on the fan for some soothing noise, and let's begin today's journey of listening and healing together. You sit there, thinking, when did this start? When did you become the backup plan instead of the main event? It's like that feeling when you realize you're the side salad no one touches at the barbecue. You used to be the steak. What happened? You remember Mel Robbins once said, if you have to question how someone feels about you, you already have the answer. Ouch, but true. See, neuroscience backs this up in the strangest way. There's this little thing called the expectation effect. Your brain, lovely but sometimes gullible, actually starts valuing things more just because it's told to wait. Like how the line outside the Apple store makes you want that overpriced phone more. So when you wait for his texts, your brain thinks, wow, this must be important. Even if it's just a sad hey at 11:48 p.m. Funny, isn't it? Your mind plays tricks on you just like your old Tamagotchi pet. Needy, hungry for attention, begging for validation. God bless the 90s. And here's a weird fact hardly anyone knows. Researchers at Stanford found that the brain releases a squirt of dopamine, not when you get the thing, but when you're waiting for it. Like that text, like that call, like that, hey, let's hang out. It's the craving that hooks you, not the catch. But wait, it gets worse. Your body physically reacts too. Every maybe he'll text moment sends micro-stress signals through your system. Tiny cortisol bursts that over time make you anxious, fidgety. Ever notice why your leg bounces when you're waiting? Yep, your biology knows before your heart does. And here's the kicker. Experts are still debating whether this low-level hope is a survival instinct or just a broken evolutionary leftover. Some argue it helped humans stay patient when hunting mammoths. Others think it's just modern heartbreak with Wi-Fi. No one can agree. But you're sitting in that cafe like a loyal Labrador, phone face up, eyes darting whenever it lights up. Except it's always your bank app saying your balance is low or a 20% off coupon for socks. So what happened, really? Maybe it was the first time you let that "sure I can wait" slip past your lips when plans got postponed, or when you laughed off a missed birthday dinner because he was tired. Each little moment adding up until suddenly, you're an option. Oh, maybe a backup dancer in your own show. You don't want to hear this, but you need to. People treat you how you let them. Oof, like your grandma said when you let your cousin borrow your Game Boy and never got it back. Bless her soul. She knew. Science says your brain, without you noticing, starts building patterns from these repeated letdowns. Little neural pathways that scream, this is normal, this is fine. Like the dog in the burning house meme. Except you're the dog, and the house, your self-worth. But darling, this is where it stops. Because you're about to catch yourself doing this. Like hearing a badly dubbed soap opera. Once you notice, you can't unhear it. You'll spot the excuses, the he's just busy lies. You've fed yourself for months. And no, before you think it, it's not because you're too much or too needy. That's gaslighting, sweet pea. Real love shows up on time. Real priority doesn't make you doubt it. Even scientists agree. Relationships that make you second guess are linked to higher stress markers, poor sleep, and surprise. Belly fat. Yes, emotional stress gives you the dreaded muffin top, a tragic 2-for-1 deal. Yet psychologists keep fighting over whether this standby syndrome is a personality flaw or cultural conditioning. Is it you, or did society teach you to settle? No one's sure, but here's what is sure. Your life, your heart, your time, they're premium seats, not standing room only. And maybe, just maybe, this is the moment you stop waiting. Because, darling, you were never meant to be anyone's maybe. Stay tuned. It gets better. You know that feeling when your phone finally buzzes after hours, or maybe days, of silence, and it's him. At last, your heart jumps like an over-caffeinated squirrel. But wait, what does the message say? Hey, what's up? Seriously? After all this time, that's it? Like tossing you a dry cracker after you've been starving for a 5-course meal? And yet, here you are, grinning at the screen like a teenager whose crush just noticed her for the first time. Why? Because your brain, your beautifully confused, loyal brain, is bathing in dopamine like it just won the lottery. No wonder gambling and dating apps work the same way. Psychologists call this the variable reward system, the same trick slot machines use. And guess what? You're the player pulling the lever every time you check your phone. Wild fact, scientists have discovered that your brain releases more dopamine when the reward is unpredictable, meaning you get more excited when you don't. Know if he'll text than when he actually does. It's like Christmas for your nerves, but the gift is an emotionally unavailable man instead of socks. You sigh deeply, because you know how this goes. He'll say he was busy or forgot or lost track of time, like he's Indiana Jones dodging boulders instead of sitting on his couch watching sports. You know this game, and yet you still hope this time will be different. But here's the hard truth you keep brushing aside. Men prioritize what matters to them. Always. It's human nature. You never forget to feed your dog, water your plants, or charge your phone, do you? Nope, because they matter. So why is it different with you? Experts are still fighting over this, whether some people are naturally bad at relationships or if they've been conditioned by endless choice, like scrolling through Netflix until you're too tired to watch anything. Is he bad at texting? Or is he just not that into you? The debate rages on, but your gut knows. You feel the difference when you're a priority versus an option. It's in the way he replies instantly to his buddy's group chat but leaves you on read, or how he forgets plans with you but remembers the release date of every Marvel movie. And here's another weird fact. Studies show that ignoring texts from someone triggers the same part of the brain as social exclusion, the same kind cavemen felt when kicked out of the tribe. No wonder it feels like emotional starvation. Your body literally thinks you're being left to die in the cold. Fun times. You've probably made excuses for him too. Like, oh, he's just busy with work, or he's stressed out right now. But let's get real. Jeff Bezos runs Amazon and still finds time to tweet about rockets. If someone wants to reach you, they will. Even if it's just to say, hey, can't talk now? Thinking of you. But you sit there, rereading his lukewarm message, trying to find warmth in it, like microwaving day-old coffee hoping it'll taste fresh. Spoiler alert, it won't. And while you wait, again, your brain's reward center lights up, fooled into thinking this is affection. It's not. It's a breadcrumb, a digital crumb trail that leads you nowhere. But you tell yourself, maybe next time. Because hey, what if this is the moment he finally realizes how amazing you are? The sad part? There's a name for this too. Psychologists call it hope addiction. The irrational belief that if you just wait long enough, suffer quietly enough, He'll change. Like waiting for Blockbuster to make a comeback. Not gonna happen, sweetheart. Still, the experts can't quite agree. Some say hope keeps us alive. Others argue it traps us in cycles of disappointment. You're stuck somewhere in the middle, wondering if you're patient or just fooling yourself. And here's the $1,000,000 secret no one tells you. Men chase certainty, not confusion. If he wanted you as a priority, he'd make sure you knew. Simple as that. You deserve the kind of text that makes you smile without decoding. The kind that says, "Good morning, beautiful," because he thought of you, not because he got bored at 11:43 p.m. when his other plans fell through, but this little, late, lukewarm text. It's not love. It's an afterthought. You put the phone down, stare at the ceiling fan spinning slowly like your thoughts, and maybe, just maybe, you finally whisper to yourself, "I deserve more than this." The strange thing, once you say it aloud, you feel lighter, like your brain, wired for truth, exhales after holding its breath for far too long. Stay with me. We're only just getting to the good part. And then there's the late night text. You know the one I'm talking about? "Hey, you up?" Oh, please. Your stomach drops because you know exactly what this means. It's not about seeing you because he misses your laugh or because he can't sleep without hearing your voice. No, this is the last-minute post-10 p.m. invite. The "I'm bored, no other plans worked out, you're my backup snack" message. Like that old tub of ice cream in the freezer you only reach for when the good snacks are gone. And you? You keep replying. Every time. Funny thing is, your brain plays along with this game like a kid clapping when the magician pulls out another. Scarf. Studies show that your body releases cortisol in these moments. Not full-blown panic, but a low simmer of stress, microdoses. It's like being chased by a snail, slowly, steadily, wearing you down. You check the time, 10:37 p.m. You think, well, it's late, but maybe this is when he's finally real with me. Wrong. Scientists have a name for this too. The end-of-day effect. No joke. By late evening, your mental guard drops because you've burned decision-making power all day. That's why you agree to late-night calls, crappy snacks, or binge-watching 7 episodes of a show you don't even like. Your brain is tired, and a tired brain settles. And guess what? Relationship experts are still arguing over this. Some say after dark honesty makes people brave and open. Others insist it's when they lie best. The research isn't clear. But what is clear? The guy texting you at midnight isn't trying to build a future. He's building convenience. You stare at the phone. Again, "Hey, you busy?" As if you've been waiting in the shadows. Netflix paused. Makeup fresh. Door unlocked. Remember that one time you actually went? Threw on sweats, no bra, deodorant swipe if he was lucky, and showed up at his place. You laughed, pretending. This was spontaneous, casual, cool. But inside, you knew. You felt the twinge, like eating cold fries, technically food, but no joy in it. Here's the wild thing. Hardly anyone knows this. In experiments, subjects who accepted late, vague invites actually reported lower self-worth the next day. Why? Because the brain connects these crumbs with your internal value meter. Crazy, right? Your body literally remembers being treated like an afterthought, like it adds up in your cells. But you smiled through it, right? Laughed at his dumb memes. Watched him half focus between you and his PlayStation. Told yourself, it's fine, we're just chill. Except you weren't. You were shrinking, and experts still debate this. Are women biologically wired to wait for approval? Or has society just trained you to be polite, to not cause waves, to take what little attention you're given and whisper, "Thank you"? No one agrees. But you know, deep down, you always have. Your brain, sweet, loyal thing, still hopes maybe this time will be different. Maybe the late text is because he's shy or nervous or secretly in love with you but afraid to say it. And this is where the real trick happens. Narrative bias. You build a story that makes it okay. You make him the hero of a movie he didn't even audition for. But darling, late-night heroes don't text you up. They show up. They plan. They care in daylight. Want another strange fact? In sleep studies, participants who waited for calls or texts before bed took longer to fall asleep, reported more nightmares, and woke up more tired, even if no call ever came. Emotional uncertainty wrecks your rest, like a ghost whispering, "Not enough, not enough." But you are enough. You don't need to be a midnight snack. You are not the just-in-case girl. Not the maybe later. You're the whole damn meal. And somewhere out there is a man who knows that. So next time the phone buzzes after dark, maybe you let it buzz unanswered. Like an annoying fly you won't swat because it's beneath you now. Because here's the truth. If you answer at midnight, you teach him you'll always be available. Like a gas station that's open 24/7 but never gets stocked with fresh food. Always there, but never respected. Experts warn that this convenience conditioning is hard to break, like biting your nails after 20 years. But it's not impossible. You can retrain your brain, teach it to expect more, demand more. Tonight could be the night you start. And when you do, the silence will feel strange, empty, but peaceful. Like when you finally turn off a buzzing fridge you didn't realize was so loud. Stay with me. The best parts are coming. So here you are, standing in front of the bathroom mirror the next morning, brushing your teeth like a tired warrior. You stare at your reflection, foam in your mouth, thinking, why do I feel like the side dish in someone else's buffet? Because you are. And here's a juicy truth most people don't know. The mirror trick actually works on your self-esteem. Research shows that when you stare into your own eyes, even just for 60 seconds, your brain starts processing your face as important, real, worth attention. Strange, right? It's called self-recognition reinforcement. Most people never do this, but you are, right now. And you can almost hear your reflection whispering, you deserve to be chosen, not chased when it's convenient. But why does this keep happening to you? Because somewhere along the way, you swallowed this toxic idea. If I try hard enough, he'll finally pick me. Like life is a carnival game and you just need to throw one more perfect dart to win the giant stuffed bear. Spoiler alert, the game is rigged. Always was. Scientists argue about this one too, whether humans are naturally wired to chase unavailable rewards or if this is something social media made worse. Let's face it, Instagram ruined a lot of things. But the weird fact, when something or someone is slightly out of reach, your brain craves it more, like forbidden chocolate. Or that limited edition shampoo you didn't care about until the store ran out. So what happens? You perform, you please, you laugh at his jokes that aren't funny, you wait longer for replies than Amazon packages. You pretend casual is cool, when what you really want is to feel like the queen of his world, not the last-minute substitute teacher. And here's the kicker no one tells you. The more you lower your standards, the less they respect you. Like a fancy restaurant that starts offering drive-through burgers. The regulars stop showing up. New customers treat it cheap. Suddenly, the place that once required reservations at least a week in advance has empty tables at 7 p.m. on a Saturday. Experts still argue, does confidence come first, or do high standards build confidence? Chicken or egg? But real women, the ones who are truly prioritized, know this. You teach people how to treat you. Every single time. Even your dog knows this. Seriously, dogs trained with clear boundaries respect and adore their humans more than the ones who get away with everything. Crazy, right? You're not a dog, but your brain works the same way. Boundaries make you feel safe, strong, valuable. But last night, when you answered that late text, you chipped your own boundaries like old nail polish. A little here, a little there, until they flake away and you forget how bright they once were. Still, the part that really stings, the part you don't say out loud, is this. Maybe you think if you stand your ground, he'll disappear forever. Like setting standards will scare him off, and you'll be left alone at the table for two. But here's the secret. The right man won't run. He'll lean in, like a moth to light. Because real men, good men, crave certainty. Like Google Maps. On a road trip, no guessing, no rerouting. Want to hear something wild? Anthropologists found that in every known culture, every single one, males instinctively pursue what they value. When they truly want a woman, they build, protect, provide. Even in tribes without Wi-Fi or wine bars, some things don't change. But you forgot that truth somewhere, didn't you? Between excuses and half promises. Between waiting for him to figure it out and be ready. And experts are still split. Do people change when pressured or when inspired? But I'll tell you what wise women know. You can't nag someone into loving you right. You can't twist yourself into a pretzel and expect applause. So, this morning, toothbrush in hand, you stare. And maybe you say, softly, under your breath, I don't audition for roles I already deserve. Feels strange, but good. Like stretching muscles long asleep. Because here's the thing. You can choose to be the prize again. Not the option, not the maybe. The prize. And when you do, oh honey, the game changes. But stay close. The best shift is yet to come. And just like that, your phone buzzes again. As if on cue. Like the universe playing some sarcastic little joke. You glance at the screen, already knowing who it is. Him. Of course. Hey, you free later? Classic. No details, no plan, just a casual dangling lure. Like throwing a French fry to a seagull and seeing if it comes swooping. But here's the kicker most people don't realize. Men who genuinely care make plans in advance. It's a biological thing, believe it or not. Studies show that when a man perceives a woman as valuable, the part of his brain responsible for long-term thinking, the prefrontal cortex, lights up like Vegas at midnight. He prepares. He sets time aside, like he would for a big meeting or a Super Bowl party. But you get the maybe text, the crumb, again. And your sweet brain, trained by this roller coaster, still lights up. Dopamine surges. You feel the urge to respond fast, like he'll disappear if you wait. Fun fact, psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement. The same method used to train pigeons to peck a button endlessly, not knowing when the next food pellet will drop. Yes, really. Somewhere in this twisted dance, you became the pigeon, pecking for his crumbs. But here's the real debate experts can't agree on. Do women stay because they hope for change, or because they're afraid no one else will come? Fear or faith? Survival or fantasy? No one really knows. The research is split. What you do know is this. Every time you say yes to these last-minute invites, you say no to yourself, no to your worth, no to your plans, no to your peace, and the weird part, your body keeps score. It remembers. Scientists discovered that women who tolerate this kind of low-level rejection experience higher resting cortisol levels, the stress hormone. Their bodies run hotter. Their sleep gets worse, like they're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. But there's something else going on too, something no one talks about. Mirror neurons. Your brain copies what you see, like social glue. When you accept being treated like an afterthought, your own mind starts believing it. You stop expecting effort. Stop asking for more. Slowly, like fog rolling in, you forget what it felt like to be chosen without begging. But let's be honest, sometimes the thought creeps in. What if he suddenly changes? What if this vague invite turns into dinner reservations? Flowers? A real conversation about feelings? Experts call this The exception fantasy. The belief that you will be the one woman to crack his code, to fix him. Like believing you'll win the lottery because you bought a single ticket. Possible? Maybe? Likely? Not at all. But the hope keeps you hooked. And the worst part? You start adjusting your life for him, rearranging your evenings, keeping plans flexible, just in case. Like a shop open after hours for that one rare customer who might stroll in. You used to be fully booked, fully alive. Now, you hover, pause, wait. And he knows it. Oh, they always know. Want a wild fact? In blind studies, men reported more respect for women who canceled last minute than those who always made themselves available. Why? Because humans value what isn't easy. It's wired into us. Scarcity breeds desire. Like those viral limited edition sneakers that sell out in 5 minutes, but you forgot to be scarce. You forgot your own value. And here's where experts are still baffled. Why do smart, beautiful, capable women settle for this? Is it fear of loneliness, cultural conditioning, emotional habit? No answer satisfies. What I do know is this. The moment you start saying no to the crumbs, the table starts to clear. Space opens. Room for better things. Men, moments, miracles. You just have to endure the awkward silence that comes after. The scary quiet, like standing alone at the edge of a dance floor. But trust me, that quiet, that's where the shift begins. So maybe this time, when the phone buzzes again, you let it sit. Face down. Unanswered? Maybe tonight, you are the rare woman who isn't available, who has plans. Even if it's just bubble bath and a good book. Because here's the secret no one told you. The right man will never make you guess. And this guessing game, it's beneath you now. Stay close. The best decision is coming. And there it is again. The quiet. That awkward space where your phone sits untouched, face down on the bed, like a puppy waiting for attention. Except this time, you don't reach for it. You let it buzz. Feels weird, doesn't it? Like wearing your clothes backwards or skipping your morning coffee. Unnatural. Your brain hates unfinished loops. It craves completion. That's why cliffhangers make us crazy. Why you scroll to the end of texts or fast forward through boring Netflix intros. And now, by ignoring him, you've broken the loop. Congratulations! You've just started the hardest thing of all, retraining your brain's reward system. You see, every time you respond to a vague, lazy text, your brain gets a tiny hit of dopamine, like a slot machine win. That's why it feels good for a second, even when you know it's wrong. But the only way to break the cycle is this. Sit with the discomfort. Do nothing. And that's what you're doing now. Sitting on your couch, staring at the ceiling fan like it holds the answers to life's mysteries. Wondering, what if he thinks I'm rude? What if he gets mad? What if he stops texting forever? Good. Let him. Here's a strange truth hardly anyone knows. People who fear being rude are the easiest to manipulate. Seriously, studies show that polite, people-pleasing types get targeted by pushy salesmen, scammers, even bad boyfriends, because they're afraid to say no, to disappoint. But today you're breaking that pattern, one ignored text at a time. And the funny part, your nervous system doesn't like this, not one bit. In fact, neuroscientists discovered something wild. The brain treats social rejection, or the fear of it, the same way it treats physical pain. The same parts of your brain light up as when you stub your toe. No wonder you feel jumpy, uneasy, like you've done something wrong. But you haven't. You've done something brave, something most women never do. You've stopped being the convenience. And experts are still split on why this is so hard. Why women will betray their own peace just to keep a maybe man happy. Is it evolution? Childhood conditioning? Disney movies gone wrong? No one agrees. But every wise woman who's crossed this line says the same thing. The first time you ignore him feels like dying. The second time feels like freedom. And you're halfway there. Remember that weird fact from earlier, the one about stress hormones? Well, turns out that after a few days of breaking this habit, your cortisol levels start to drop. Your sleep improves, your confidence creeps back like sunlight at dawn, but only if you hold your ground. So, you stand up, walk to the kitchen, make tea like it's no big deal, even though your heart is doing tiny karate moves in your chest. And as the kettle boils, you remember something strange. Ancient warrior women, real ones like the Scythians, sharpened their arrows while waiting for the enemy to make the first move. Imagine that. A whole sisterhood of fierce, leather-wrapped archers, sipping herbs, filing metal tips, letting the enemy sweat. No hurry, no panic, pure patience. And you, modern, stressed, in your pajamas, are no different. You are sharpening yourself, waiting for something better. Not rushing into battle for scraps. Funny how your kitchen becomes a battlefield. Funny how strength sounds like silence. And you know what? Men sense this shift. They really do. Studies show that when a woman pulls back, holds her boundaries firm, the man's attention spikes. Curiosity, desire, maybe even panic. Like a kid who can't find his favorite toy. But experts still debate this. Is this power or manipulation? Healthy or cruel? No one agrees. But you don't care. Because you're not playing games. You're setting standards. And the man who deserves you, he'll step up. Or step out. Either way, you win. So sip your tea, smile at your quiet phone, feel the air change. Because tonight, you are not waiting, not wondering. You are choosing. Stay with me, love. The next shift is everything. The mawa next morning feels different. Like waking up after a fever breaks. The air in your room is clearer. Your chest is lighter. No mysterious 1 a.m. texts waiting. No mental gymnastics over what to reply. And here's a little-known fact. Your nervous system actually resets when uncertainty ends. Yep, when the guessing stops, even if the outcome is silence, your body relaxes. Like finally exhaling after holding your breath for too long. It's strange, isn't it? You miss the drama a little. Like missing spicy food that gave you heartburn. There's a weird comfort in chaos. Predictable unpredictability. But this quiet, this peace, it's rare. And healing. You wander to the kitchen, make coffee, scroll your phone without that pit in your stomach. No, what did he mean by that text? No decoding emojis like they're ancient scrolls. And then something even stranger happens. You start to notice the other men, the real ones. The ones you ignored before because you were so laser-focused on him. That guy at the gym who always smiles. The neighbor who remembers your dog's name. The barista who spells your name right without asking. Funny how invisible they were. Like cars in your blind spot. But now they glow a little. Here's something science discovered recently. When you stop chasing unavailable partners, your brain literally widens its perception field. You see more faces, more possibilities. Like adjusting a camera lens, everything sharpens. It's called attentional bias reversal. Most people never experience it because they stay locked on the wrong target forever, but not you. Not anymore. And the experts are still arguing. Does this happen because of self-esteem rising or because the brain craves fresh novelty? No one agrees. But who cares? You feel it. Right now. And here's the funniest part. He texts again. Course he does. They always do. Hey, you disappeared, LOL? Classic. Like a fisherman yanking the line because the bait stopped wiggling. But you? You smile. A real smile this time. Like holding a secret. Because here's what no one teaches young women. The moment you stop dancing for someone's attention is the moment they trip over their own feet trying to get yours. Like toddlers who only want the toy you just set down. And guess what? Scientists studied this weird human behavior. It's called reactance. When freedom feels threatened, when you stop responding, people instinctively want you more. They feel the gap, the loss, like oxygen pulled from the room. But here's the power move. You don't answer. Not yet. Maybe not ever. Because this isn't revenge. It's not punishment. It's clarity. You finally see that this man, this maybe man, was never the prize. You were. You are. And you remember that ancient warrior fact. The Scythians never chased. They held the high ground. Let the enemy come. You are the high ground now. And as you sip your coffee, you feel the shift deep in your bones. Like tectonic. Plates moving. Like your life rebalancing itself after a long, ridiculous tilt. Experts say this is the moment most women fall back. Answer the text. Reopen the door. But you're not most women. Not today. Today, you feel the quiet power of patience. And here's the crazy truth no one wants to admit. The men worth having. They make plans. They call. They show up. Like clockwork. Like adults. And this boy, this texting phantom, he's fading now. Like old perfume. Like last season's shoes. Let him fade. Because you, my dear, are just getting started. Stay close. The best chapter is about to begin. Later that day, you find yourself walking through the grocery store, pushing a cart that squeaks just a little too much. A small, harmless reminder that life is real, happening, moving. Even when men and mind. Games aren't funny, isn't it? How suddenly everything feels more grounded when your mind isn't doing backflips over a guy's vague texts. The fruit looks brighter. The air smells cleaner. Even the overpriced organic yogurt seems like less of a scam. And while you reach for the oat milk, something odd floats to the surface of your brain. Oxytocin. You've heard the word, sure. The cuddle chemical. But here's what most people don't realize. Oxytocin, the hormone that bonds mothers to babies, lovers, to each other, also floods your system when you long for connection, even when that connection is toxic, even when it hurts. Yup, your brain made you bond to someone who kept you guessing. Like Stockholm Syndrome in cute genes, scientists discovered that the more unpredictable the attention, the more oxytocin you produce. Which is why you felt so attached to that breadcrumb texter, because your brain was trying to glue itself to the person who made you feel unsure. Wild, isn't it? Your body thought it was keeping you safe. And the real kicker? Men don't produce as much oxytocin from emotional texts. Nope. Their bonding is tied more to shared experiences, to physical proximity, like hunting in packs, like solving problems. Side by side. This is why his "Lowell, you free" text means nothing to him, and everything to you. You were wired to feel connection in the space between messages, but not anymore. As you toss a bag of chips into your cart, you smile. Because this time, you know the science. You see the trap, and you're walking right past it. Like a magician. Who spots the wires behind the floating card trick? Experts still argue about this. Is it nature or nurture that makes women attached like this? No one knows. The debate rages on, but you don't need a study to tell you this simple truth. You deserve someone who makes you feel chosen, not chasing. And here's the delightful twist. When you break this oxytocin loop, when you stay off the roller coaster long enough, your body starts to crave something new. Consistency. Boring, steady, peaceful consistency. Like a warm cup of tea instead of an energy drink. Like a quiet song instead of pounding bass. At first it feels dull. Like the silence after the circus leaves town. But soon, it feels like home. And this is the rare magic most women never find. The quiet sweetness of not waiting for anyone. As you round the corner past the frozen foods, you see him. Not him, but someone. A stranger. Warm smile, holding the door for an old woman. Small, good things. And your heart flickers. Not because he texted first. Not because you're proving something. But because for the first time in forever, you're seeing men as they are, not as puzzles to solve or prizes to win. Men are human again. Not gods, not devils. Just people. And you? You are whole. No longer a half looking for its missing piece. Here's a quirky fact. Some psychologists believe the healthiest relationships happen when you no longer need one. When your brain stops scanning every room for possibility. When you relax. When you choose from peace, not panic. That's where you are now. On the edge of something real. And the maybe man, the crumb thrower, he's shrinking in your rearview mirror. Like an old cartoon rerun you've finally outgrown. So you buy your groceries. You walk to your car. The sun is warm on your face. And your phone stays silent in your bag. No urgency, no checking, no ache. Just quiet. Stay close. Beautiful soul. The real story, the good story, is almost here. You drive home in silence. Windows cracked, the summer air sneaking in like curious whispers. No playlist blasting, no endless podcast filling the space. Just you and the soft hum of your thoughts. Strange, isn't it? How peaceful it feels. Like slipping into warm water. Like your own mind is finally your friend, not an enemy nagging about unread texts or broken expectations. And here's a secret. Most relationship experts rarely say out loud, your brain was never designed for modern dating. Nope. Evolution made you to notice one man at a time in a small village, not hundreds on apps, not late-night you-up messages from emotionally lazy guys. Your ancient brain gets overwhelmed, frantic, stuck. But now you're resetting. Like unplugging an old computer, letting it cool before rebooting fresh. And as you wait at the traffic light, you notice something unusual on the sidewalk. A guy with a falcon on his arm. No joke, a real falconer in the city. Weird fact of the day. Falconers in ancient Persia trained their birds to wait hours. Silent, focused, until the exact right moment to strike. No flinching. No impatience. Pure control. Just like you now. Because he texted again. You felt it vibrate in your bag. Twice. Maybe 3 times. You can almost hear the phantom ding in your mind. But you don't grab the phone. Not yet. Why? Because you know something he doesn't. You are the falcon, patient, watching, waiting. Not to attack, but to choose. On your time. And the truth? Men feel this shift. Studies show that when a woman moves into quiet confidence, when she stops chasing, stops explaining, the man senses the loss of control. The balance of power flips. Some men panic, some step up, most fade, but the rare one, the man worth your energy, will do something else entirely. He'll call, because only a man who values you will dare the vulnerable thing, the brave thing, the honest thing. And here's where experts still disagree. Why do so many women settle for less? Is it fear of loneliness? Is it scarcity mindset? Or the ugly lie that being chosen, even badly, is better than standing alone? No, one agrees. But you've chosen differently. You are not the option anymore. Not the maybe, not the backup plan. You are priority or nothing. And the side effect? Peace. Real, rare peace that tastes like fresh water in a desert world of confusion. You glance at your rearview mirror. There's that old thought again. What if I miss my chance? But the wiser part of you laughs. Because what kind of chance requires you to shrink, to bend, to suffer? Not this time, because here's another odd truth from brain science. The prefrontal cortex, the part that makes smart choices, only works when you're calm. When you panic, your lizard brain hijacks everything. Fight, flight, freeze. But you're You're calm now, clear, and that means you see the game for what it is: the patterns, the cycles, the cheap highs, the exhausting lows, and you're done playing. As you turn into your driveway, the sun winks at you, gold and warm like the universe approves, because something big is coming. You can feel it in your bones, the right man or no man, but never. That man again, stay close. The final piece of the puzzle is waiting. Almost home, love, almost there. You close the front door behind you. The quiet welcomes you like an old friend. No buzzing phone, no tug of doubt, just the soft sigh of your home and the gentle creak of the floor beneath your steps. Strange, isn't it? How safe you feel when there's no battle for someone's attention, when your heart isn't doing the math of should I reply or what did that emoji mean? Here's something most people don't realize. Solitude is not the same as loneliness. In fact, psychologists have found that solitude is where the mind repairs itself, grows stronger, like a bone healing after a break, like muscles rebuilding after strain. And you, my friend, are in that rare space right now, the sweet in-between where strength grows in silence. You pour yourself a glass of water. The cold is sharp, clean, like this new feeling in your chest. Freedom. Do you remember the story about the ancient Japanese kintsugi art, where broken pottery is repaired with gold so the cracks become the most beautiful part? That's you, right now. All those disappointments, those half-loved moments, those quiet cries in the dark, they're not flaws. They're the veins of gold running through you, proof that you lived, that you risked, that you cared. And now you know. The man who texts maybe never deserved you. The one who kept you waiting, kept you guessing, made you small to fit his comfort. He wasn't your future. And here's the oddest scientific fact of all. Brains release dopamine when we reach clarity, even if the clarity hurts. Like solving a puzzle after hours of frustration. Like finally seeing the truth behind the mask. You feel that spark now, right behind your eyes, the truth settling into place. And as the sun slides lower outside your window, the world feels gentler, softer, because the real man, the one you deserve, doesn't make you doubt, doesn't make you wait. He chooses you, fully, proudly, like grown men do. The rest? Background noise, static, like a distant radio station you no longer tune into. And, funny thing, they always sense the shift, like sharks smelling distant blood. He'll try again. Maybe call, maybe show up, maybe promise change. But you'll smile, maybe even laugh, because you've heard Mel Robbins' truth ringing in your head. If you have to wonder where you stand with someone, you already know, and you do. You know, you are no man's option. You are priority or nothing. No more decoding, no more crumbs, no more half love. Just this peace, this power, this quiet certainty that the right one, if he exists, will walk straight to you. No games, no puzzles, no doubt. Experts are still debating this. Why some women never break free from the toxic chase. But you, love, you've broken it. The best pattern stops with you, so breathe deep. Exhale slow. Feel your own strength rising, like dawn breaking gently after the longest night. And here's the most beautiful secret no one tells you. The moment you choose yourself fully is the moment the world changes to match you. The men change. The friendships change. The work changes because you've changed. And now, the final quiet truth. It was never about him. It was always about you, your worth, your boundaries, your peace. And you, dear heart, have finally come home to yourself. Rest easy now. You've done the hard thing. You've chosen you.